We're Nate and Shannon. After traveling in separate vans for over a year, we recently bought a vintage JDM camper and spent the winter renovating it in Florida. I think I'm in over my head with this right now. We've now officially moved in together and are back on the road. Yesterday, we arrived in Maine and settled into a cozy Walmart parking lot for the night. I don't usually use alarms.
Oh, crazy.
You look beautiful. Should start this video by saying that we don't really have like a typical day living in a van. Like, things are always changing for us, so nothing is really constant, but we do kind of have our routines on a day-to-day basis. So this is kind of just a regular day. It's a Tuesday right now. Shane's got to work in a couple hours, get started with work, and it's kind of what we do every weekday. So let's get going.
Carpe diem. Squeeze the day, as we used to say in Jamba Juice.
Oh yeah.
No, we didn't say that.
Sounds like you did. I'd say we spend about, I don't know, maybe 50% of our days working from inside the van, and then the other half we've been able to go into coffee shops and like work in there now, which has been pretty nice. But today we are going to try to work from inside the van. I'm going to try to find a spot along the beach. There's a chance that we're going to get a little bit of a swell later today. There's a tiny tropical system out in the Atlantic right now, and it might send a little pulse our way. Nothing crazy, but hopefully we can get in the water and just hang out by the beach for the day.
I usually start my day with some sort of caffeinated drink. Sometimes it's coffee, sometimes tea or kombucha. In warmer climates, I've taken to pre-making my coffee ahead of time, either cold brew or just regular brewed coffee, and then leaving it in its jar in the fridge. One of these jars usually lasts me 3 days, so I only have to make coffee every couple days.
You gonna get to work?
Yeah. It's almost 11 now, which I'm actually running kind of late because we took a while finding our spot. It's a good spot, but we took a while finding it. I usually start working between like 9 and 10 these days because I'm still on California time, but 11, it's okay too. I'll just work a little bit later today.
I am also going to spend some time working here. We did find an amazing spot parked right in front of the beach here, and as far as we can tell, it's completely free, so should be able to hang out here for a while, but unfortunately, there's really not too much going on in terms of surf. It's basically way worse than I was expecting. So it is very tiny out there right now. And there's a bunch of folks just kind of hanging out here in the parking lot waiting for the tide to go down. The tides here in Maine are crazy, guys. They have actually like 10-foot tides. So, you know, a couple of hours can usually make or break a break. I have been spending insane amounts of time in Adobe Illustrator over the past couple of weeks, coming up with a bunch of different designs. I'm thinking about maybe doing t-shirts and stickers and a few different things. Oops. Stop laughing at me.
Tell me you hate avocado without telling me you hate avocado.
I really don't like avocado.
You already said it to me. I love you. Thanks for lunch. Look how muggy it is.
It's crazy. I need to get out of this van.
It's like a shower.
All of this was completely underwater only a few hours ago. It's not even low tide yet. Also, the tide definitely broke this spot right here. I don't think that low tide does too well. It's basically completely flat right now. There are a couple of guys out there though right now. I'm not really sure what they're doing, but I've been sitting in the van all day now, staring at my computer. I'm sick of it. It's also really hot in there. Just want to do something active. So I'm going to paddle out, make the most of it. That's kind of a sick one, not gonna lie. We're gonna have some fun. Let's go. Woo. Fun fact, this is technically, I think, the first time I've ever paddled out in the state of Maine. Oh well. Oh my god. Why did I not wear gloves? I can't believe I almost didn't paddle out for this. I was looking at it all morning. I was like, oh, maybe I'll go for it, maybe I won't. It's definitely worth it though, guys, you know? You gotta go for it, you gotta charge it. It's the whole reason I have this board here, and yeah, it's like surfing on an air mattress, especially now because the pump isn't working as well as it used to, but like I said, just gotta come out, make the most of it, and I'm so happy that I did.
It's pretty typical that around midday or right after lunch, all of this starts to kind of get to me, and I think it's usually a cue that I need a break, so I'm going to take a little break from my work. I'm going to clean this all up, and then maybe I can get back to it.
Can't complain too much, you know?
Yeah.
Not as good as we were expecting, but I got a little bit on the GoPro, but that battery dies like within 20 minutes. It doesn't last very long, especially when water's that cold.
Welcome back.
This is like the best parking lot we've ever sat in. There's a chowder house slash seafood restaurant literally right over there.
How is it?
It's okay. Not the best chowder I've ever had, but it's hitting the spot. I just spent a few hours in the freezing cold ocean, and I feel like I need to get some clam chowder. We're in Maine, you know? What better place to get it?
Tracking in the whole beach. It's all in here now. Never allowed inside again. Actually, you can stay inside, but you just can't go back outside. Okay. Tonight, quesadillas. The rotation of 3 different meals that we make when we're feeling lazy. They all involve cheese. For taco flavor.
How do you know it's taco?
Because I said it. Just put it on the label on there. I'm wicked smart.
Taco.
Taco.
I like that.
Hey. You want to taco bat it? Well, I think I've worked about as much as I can today. It's like 6:40, so we might head to another parking spot and kind of hang out for a couple hours before we find our sleep spot.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
I had a great day.
Yeah, it's been nice. This parking lot's been pretty quiet. There really hasn't been too many cars in it. The weather hasn't been great today, so we picked a good day just to kind of hang out here by the coast. And we're gonna head inland.
I'm normal and I like my coffee in the morning. But Nate's weird, so he likes to have his coffee at night. Not in the morning. Mix it up, you know. Make sure it's well mixed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our plan for tonight is to just stealth camp on the side of the road somewhere, just try to blend in on a busy city street. Have a couple of places in mind, but we can't really head over there yet because it's still pretty early. I need to get a lot of work done too. I spent a good portion of the afternoon in the ocean, so now it is time to focus and get back to what I was doing before I paddled out. Shannon's about to brew some kombucha.
It seemed like a really random hobby to have in a van and sort of ridiculous, but actually it's worked out really well on the road. I got into it during the pandemic when I was super bored and all I had was that bike to ride around in circles on. Most of my hobbies require like houses and gardens, but kombucha, good for a van, surprisingly. I just store it just like this next to each other in the van at the bottom, and it doesn't spill. The part I have to think about most is not really the spilling, but actually the temperature. If it gets too cold or too hot, it could mess up the kombucha. But so far, this area underneath the bed or the bench stays like pretty constant temperature, so I haven't had any issues. So Nate was almost right. I'm not actually brewing anymore. This one's done brewing, so now I have to bottle it so it'll become carbonated. See you in a week. Good enough?
I think it'll work.
Yeah.
Night. Do I look natural?
Yeah. You look like a cover girl.
No. I'm gonna use it to wipe out the sink. I might as well use it to wash my face too. Before I wipe out the sink.